Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023 iX M60. It is the i20 chassis. This one is in black sapphire, and it was a customer ordered car. Just took forever to get here. So I believe it was built, or they started production back in July of last year, and finally arrived here at the dealership early May. So basically it was subject to many stop sales and of course shipping issues as well. And it took so long to get here, the customer said, well, don't want it anymore. But I think it's a fairly interesting spec, even though there's not many options you could have had. And that's, as with the iX xDrive 50, options have changed over time in 2023. Got our laser lights and our controversial grille. Actually, I think this actually looks pretty good on the iX. All the sensors for everything are in the middle of the grille here. And I say this is all self-healing plastic. How much healing? I'd hate to find out. But then we've got our roundel, which is access to the windshield washer fluid. And moving over the side, we've got the 22-inch wheels. So these are style 10-2-3 with the blue M Sport calipers and sort of like a bronze, not sort of, it is a bronze finish around parts of the wheel, but not quite the same shape, because this is up here, it's titanium bronze and then bronze. I wish it was titanium bronze. I think the XM is not better with a night gold trim finish. But the titanium bronze trim on the outside is an option for you guys on the iXs. I guess a good thing with iXs. And now extended to the M60, a $7,500 lease credit to help you out, and obviously to help move some of the inventory that's been piling up. The X was, generally a little bit popular, not quite the same as the i4, but this is a fantastic vehicle with over 300 miles range. I think the EPA says this one's about 276 or somewhere in there. I'll check in the sticker. But fully charged, it was a little over 300 miles. That was showing on the projected range. iX badging in bronze, or titanium bronze, and blacked out and outlined M60 badging. I think maybe one of the criticisms of the M60 is that it's not very visually distinct from the xDrive 50. It's nothing that sort of screams M60 without, of course, looking at the badging or the M Sport calipers, because the iX xDrive 50 does come with painted calipers, just not branded as M Sport. I think a pretty good side profile and a pretty good 3/4 view as well. All right, so let's take a look at the inside, go over pricing and options on this build. All right, so opening up, we have the Oyster perforated Sensitech interior trim, which is a very nice contrast against black sapphire. And then optional for the M60 is the blue seat belts, BMW i colors. Does it work with this? I think it works with the Oyster fairly well, but not sure the combination with Oyster and black works well. Again, that's going to be personal taste. Let me know what you think. All right, so inside are, let me just turn this thing on first. So inside are very nice hexagonal shape, I think it's hexagonal shape steering wheel, which of course I think some people complain about, but I think it works really well with iDrive 8, given the opening here to look at the instrument panel. I think very well thought out. And our curved display, titanium bronze interior trim, and our wood sort of trim here in the console. Very nice glass controls as well. Again, the iDrive controller I think could be better. It's much different feel than the other cars that have iDrive. Much different feel than, say, the i4 iDrive controller. All right, so let's talk about pricing. So starting price of the iX M60, $108,900. Paint and Sensec included. Exec package, which is basically almost the only option you could get at one point in time, $3,000. It does come with the Driving Assistance Pro, the glass and wood controls, and some other stuff you see listed there. The $950 for the wheels, 2-axle air suspension. Now, I have to go make sure it's on 24, because the 24 iX X550 no longer has 2-axle air suspension. Titanium bronze trim on the outside, another $500. Deletion of the hands-free tailgate. So you can see how old this vehicle is. It's a $100 credit on that. $300 for the blue seat belts. A credit for the lumbar delete on the passenger side. All told, MSRP of $114,370. And the does also come with Bowers & Wilkins sound system as standard. Take a look at the back seat. All right, so the back seat, again, fantastic in terms of room and comfort. And your view from the back seat. And our electrochromatic moonroof. This is opaque setting. Climate controls in the back. Plenty of knee room and leg room. And of course, headroom, really no issue. This is a really good car, although I think on the pricey side too. But I think extremely comfortable, fun to drive. And now you got some lease credits if you're looking to lease an iX. And of course, perhaps some deals to be made as well. You see the exposed carbon fiber for part of the chassis. Again, no kick to open. That's how long ago this car was built. So you have the flexible fast charger. It does come with a 240 volt NEMA 1450 adapter as well. And a little bit of extra space down here to store things. You have to press the button to close the trunk, make our way to the front. So horsepower, 610 horsepower. Torque is crazy, I think it's 749 torques. I'll have to make sure I got the figure right. I'll drop that number in there, but obviously it's a huge amount of torque available. So most torquey vehicle I think we have, if I'm not, unless it's the XM, but either way, a huge amount of torque on this vehicle. Charging times, looking at level 2, about 12 hours from 0 to 100%. And you do have Electrify America, 30-minute sessions. You go from 10 to 80% on 195 kilowatt hour recipe. So charging times, if you do 35 minutes, you get from 10% to 80% in that time. But you got to make sure you have a 195 kilowatt charger to accomplish that goal. So it's capable of charging really quick. It's also a very fast car. I think 0 to 60 times about 3.6 seconds is what BMW says. Is this the right vehicle for you guys out there? I think you make a pretty good case. Obviously, it's taste. It's going to be on the. Obviously, it's a very nice and good sized vehicle. So about the size of an X5 in terms of length. Height is about X6-ish. Wheelbase is really long, allowing for lots of space in the passenger compartment. That's it for a quick tour around the iX M60. We'll see you at the next video.